Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. It is my privilege to welcome Secretary Hillary Clinton to Manila. She was here as First Lady with President Bill Clinton during our hosting of APEC in 1996, and this time she is here as the U.S. Secretary of State. In the issue that just came out, Time calls the Secretary the most powerful U.S. public diplomat in quite some time. Let me add, also the most popular foreign secretary the world over, and in no country more so than here in the Philippines. Welcome, Madam Secretary. Our long history as friends and allies is deeply rooted in our commitment to freedom and democracy. We fought and shed blood together in the foxholes of Bataan and Corregidor 67 years ago. And we are determined to deepen and broaden our partnership and to work together in facing today's challenge. When Typhoon Ketsana and Parma battered our cities and towns, among the first to come to our assistance was the United States. In personnel, in resources, in equipment, in helicopters, in Sojak boats, bulldozers, you name it, forklifts. In my area where I live, the first to rescue survivors were the U.S. Navy in their Sojak boats. We are therefore honored to have the opportunity to personally express our deep gratitude to Secretary Clinton for the timely and substantial assistance given by the U.S. government during our recent natural disasters. As Secretary Clinton herself said, she is now visiting us to show solidarity with our friends in the Philippines who have been battered and have suffered so much. Thank you, Madam Secretary. May I now ask the Secretary to give her remarks.
Thank you, Secretary Romulo. I'm so pleased to be here, and I thank you for your warm welcome and the productive discussion that we had today with a number of the leaders of this government. It is always a pleasure for me to be part of something that is so positive as the reaffirmation of our broad and deep relationship going back so many years together. And certainly on a personal note, I am delighted to be back in the Philippines. I have very fond memories of my previous visits, and the warmth and generosity of the Filipino people is something that I am deeply grateful for. I was saddened, as so many were in my country, over the loss of life from the recent storms and the flooding. And I want again to convey the sympathies of President Obama, of the Obama administration, and of the United States to the people of the Philippines. You have shown great resolve and resilience in the face of these calamities. I am proud that the United States has been your partner. As the Secretary said, we were very pleased that we could respond quickly with our military assets. Filipino and American doctors worked side by side to help thousands of flood victims. We saw our military forces working together to airlift thousands of tons of food, equipment, and other vital cargo. Later today, I will visit a school that was damaged by the flooding, and I look forward to talking with the teachers and the students about what more the United States can do to help. This cooperation is yet more evidence of the long friendship and broad partnership between the United States and the Philippines. As treaty allies, we are working to meet the challenges and seize the opportunities of the 21st century. And I want to commend the government of the Philippines, which is taking on an increasingly important leadership role in ASEAN, in APEC, across the Pacific region, and globally on issues such as non-proliferation, where the Philippines will be the chair of the non-proliferation treaty conference that will be held next year. And we particularly are grateful for the Philippines' work as our ASEAN dialogue partner. You know, from a global recession and climate change to the threats of violent extremism, our nations face shared challenges that demand shared solutions. We have a common commitment to advancing democratic values and human rights in the region, including in Burma. Today, the Foreign Secretary and I discussed how we can move forward on this comprehensive agenda together. Of course, our two nations are linked by more than treaty. We have bonds of culture and commerce. We have shared history and common hopes. The cemeteries here are filled with those who paid the ultimate sacrifice from both of our nations, who fought for freedom in the Pacific. Their memories continue to inspire our alliance, as do the values that they gave their lives to defend. And I am personally very pleased that an injustice has finally been corrected with the passage of the assistance for Filipino veterans who served side by side with our United States military forces. I am also very proud that we have such a large, vibrant, active Filipino-American community in the United States, and we want to do even more to demonstrate the connections between Filipino-Americans and those here in the Philippines. Organizations such as Feed the Hungry have sent money and food to those most in need, and we look to making sure that those connections are even stronger. So, sir, we talked about a lot today. We have a great opportunity to continue our work together, and I'm confident that we can make the future even better than the present or the past. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Secretary Clinton. Thank you very much, Secretary Romulo. The first question will be raised by a member of the DFA Press Corps, Mr. Mark Obalde.
Hello. Good afternoon, Secretary Clinton. Welcome to the Philippines. This is our question. Will the U.S. forces continue helping Philippine troops in pursuing the Abu Sayyaf militants, considering that the Philippine government is mulling over the VFA? And what specific role does Washington want to play in the Mindanao peace process?
Well, let me say that the United States is committed to a strong partnership and alliance with the Philippines, and I am here today to reaffirm that commitment. The Visiting Forces Agreement is an important expression of our partnership. It is based on mutual respect and mutual interests. And our service members, as we have seen in these last natural disasters, are ready to provide assistance where it is asked for and to work side by side with the military of the Philippines. I am proud of what our service members have done in helping to respond to the devastating storms and the floods. With respect to the peace process, the United States supports the ongoing efforts of the government of the Philippines to bring a comprehensive peace. People have been seeking such a peace, and I want the Philippines to know that the international community, including the United States, stands ready to assist. But this is ultimately up to the people of the Philippines and to your government leadership. We're encouraged by the ceasefire, and the report that I received today about the negotiating efforts is very promising. So we will wish the very best to those who are attempting to bring an end to the conflict and to support you in any way that is appropriate.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The second question will be asked by a member of the U.S. accompanying media.
Secretary Romulo, Secretary Clinton, thank you. For both of you, what can you tell us about the future of the U.S. advisory force in southern Philippines? Is it time to begin reducing its numbers so that the troops can be deployed in Afghanistan and elsewhere?
Well, let me say that I don't discuss military decisions. That is more appropriately worked out between our governments and our militaries. But I would just reiterate that the United States stands ready to assist our friends in the Philippines who are seeking to counterterrorism and the threat of extremism, and we will be willing to support them in any way that is appropriate that they request. But the relationship between our countries and